Ian Forrest here again. In my last video, I outlined not only the judicial control over truth, but its effect on freedom of expression. Truth can be removed by decree. Freedom of expression can be suppressed. For this one, I'm going to concentrate on truth, coupled with its associates, honesty, trust, morality, and ethics. In my last two books, I have formed up annexes describing all of those in quite some detail and laid out some of the consequences of where they are abused. Also, I have evidenced whereby truth is manipulated, in my case substantially by the judiciary, but it is widely practiced elsewhere in our society. Yet, of course, truth is factual, indestructible, plain, simple, and indivisible. It is the lifeblood of honesty and integrity. Without it, humans can search for it or purposely avoid it. By definition, anything that is not the truth must be the untruth, which is therefore a lie. Now, lying is deception. It is purposeful for a dishonest result. Interpersonal lying can be harmless in a way if there are no deleterious consequences. However, if it produces disadvantage and loss to a third party, then that is fraud. No maybe, might be, could be, but a criminal offence. Covered more fully under the Fraud Acts 2006, begotten from the Theft Acts. There cannot be 50 shades of lying, especially decided by the judiciary, which I now come on to. Like me 25 years ago and continuously since then, there are millions of people in the UK suffering from the results of fraud, dishonesty and cheating follow. Save taking the law into our own hands, our only salvation is to seek redress in the UK court system. Leaving aside the police and Crown Prosecution Service for a moment. As I thought, where better to go for honesty, trustworthiness and integrity than the UK judicial system? What happens in most cases is that the criminal offence of fraud, and in my case a combination of banks and the judicial system, robbed me of over £1 million that many years ago, and it happened again later on incidentally. Moving back to the generality, the victim wants redress, financial and justice for the offender. But the victim believes that this should be easy and straightforward, particularly as the proof thereof stares anyone in the face. But alas, no. Don't forget, at this stage, the victim has been robbed, usually to the point of penury. He or she can ill afford the enormous legal fees confronting them. Further, they are confounded to hear that they cannot get financial restitution and criminal satisfaction in the same court. The results of one are mutually exclusive to the other, i.e. money, hopefully, or criminality, but not both. Of course, everyone opts for the money, which can only be gained through the civil court system, or so one thinks. A sound of cynicism here can be backed up by my years of experience. Because what one does not realise is that the civil courts will not even allow the mention of criminality, let alone do anything about it. So that upon entry to this court of justice, one naturally shouts criminality as the basis for financial restitution, only to be told that this is not a valid reason for the claim. Criminality is the domain of the other jurisdiction. The criminal courts go to the police. Already you can see here that the truth is not allowed to be expressed. It would be the minimum gateway to getting justice, surely. For what possible reason should the truth be suppressed? The answer to that will be revealed in my later videos. But if one has not been rebuffed by the police, they will now say that they cannot take any action in any case because it is before the civil courts. The course of that litigation must be resolved before they can do anything, which incidentally they have no intention of pursuing in any case, which I will cover in another video. But it is a classic chicken and egg situation, so well defined and contrived that surely this could not have been formed to go against the interests of the public, for whom they serve. Well, actually, the entire judicial system does not owe its allegiance to the likes of you and me, nor indeed to the UK Parliament. For the sake of clarity and sequence, I'm going to include that aspect in a later video, because I want to close this one to continue the theme from the beginning, namely those 5 vital ingredients which should form the backbone of any trustworthy judicial system. Substantially fail in the contrived court's jurisdiction, and even the criminal courts, for reasons which I will lay out coming up in my next appearance. A couple of things before I go. The complicit role of the police and CPS I will also cover, and if you are wondering why so little of what my books describe, let alone the videos, comes into the public domain, do not forget the suppression of free speech and expression, which can be achieved so handsomely through fear and secret imprisonment. Goodbye for the moment, and thank you for watching.